There was biology everywhere.
Sponges and corals and everything. They were so concentrated that you couldn't even see the seafloor.
Today on the Morning Edition, shedding light where the light doesn't reach. A deep sea expedition explores new territory in the Aleutian Islands. Plus,
love UAA. Yeah, go sea wolves.
UAA's campus is starting to come back to life. Students move in as the university prepares to welcome thousands of students back to class on Monday. And later, a massive construction vehicle loses its brakes before losing control and barrels through a busy intersection. And it's all caught on multiple traffic cameras as the Morning Edition starts now. Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. That's a scary sight.
Yeah, I certainly would not want to be anywhere near where something like that could happen.
Yeah, no. So, well, welcome to your Friday. What are we looking at weather-wise?
Well, we got some sunshine. Warmer weather set to make a return to not only south central, but into southeast as well. In fact, we do have a heat advisory that has been issued for parts of the Panhandle, where we're expecting temperatures to warm nicely into the weekend, although some locations could be a bit on the warmer side. As far as this morning, waking up across south central, we are seeing, still holding on to some cloud coverage for at least inland areas, but those clouds will clear out. We're sitting at 56 degrees with fairly light winds. We are expected to see a nice stretch of weather that will carry us into the weekend. And we are dry this morning. This is where we're holding on to the cloud coverage from Anchorage into the valley as well as the Copper River Basin. We're already seeing clearer skies as you head across the Kenai and out towards Prince William Sound. But a gradual return to some sunshine will build into south central as we are going to see a ridge spreading back across not only the region, but out towards the Panhandle as well. You can see an area of low pressure that's turning through the southern Gulf of Alaska, northern Pacific Ocean, and that will lead to some light rain showers for southeast today. Not everyone will see that activity, but we will see some light rain. And then, of course, we've got more ongoing stormy weather out towards the Bering Sea, and this is going to continue to lead to increasing winds as well as some heavy rain for areas of western and northwest Alaska. In fact, as we close out the month of August, we're going to continue to favor a good portion of mainland Alaska, staying on the wetter side. However, as you head out towards Wrangell, St. Elias, as well as southeast, where we're going to see a nice ridge building into the region, that's actually going to lead to some drier conditions. As far as today, getting you off to school, those temperatures for the first part of the morning sitting in the mid to upper 50s. Morning clouds, but that sunshine returns this afternoon, so grab those sunglasses before you head out the door, with the temperature warming into the mid to upper 60s today. I'll have more on that 7-day forecast for you coming up.
In this morning's top story, Alaska's Attorney General Treg Taylor is set to resign at the end of this month. The announcement came from the governor's office Thursday, thanking him for, quote, making a meaningful difference in Alaska. As Will Courtney reports, the resignation raises the question about what's next for Taylor.
Since the news broke, we have been attempting to reach Attorney General Treg Taylor, and we heard earlier from his office that beyond their statement, they had no comment. We know from the statement his last day as AG will be next Friday, August 29th. Taylor has long been rumored in Alaska political circles as a gubernatorial candidate, and we're working to see if that's going to be the case. Taylor is the third longest serving attorney general in the state. He was appointed in 2021 and has been a vigorous defender of the governor's policies. That includes the homeschool correspondence program. Taylor saying that during his time as AG, the state joined more than 80 lawsuits taking on the feds. Many times that included the Biden administration. If there is any hint about a governor's run, the Attorney General's statement did not mention that. But he did say this, quote, "The challenges ahead are great, but the opportunities are even greater. I leave this office confident that Alaska is poised to write a new chapter of prosperity, freedom, and self-determination." The Attorney General's tenure has not been without controversy, including that homeschool program I mentioned. As we previously reported, Taylor's wife has been publicly written about using state-funded reimbursements to send their children to private school under that state's correspondence program. The Attorney General said last year he has no conflict of interest in overseeing that case after he said an outside counsel had reviewed his role. We're going to continue to learn about what's next for Taylor, and we'll keep you updated. Will Courtney, Alaska's news source.
A former federal judge in Alaska is on a path to potentially becoming disbarred. If it happens, it would be the first time in Alaska's history. The Alaska Bar Association is recommending former federal judge Joshua Kindred be disbarred. It comes after a Judicial Council report found he had an inappropriate relationship with a former law clerk. And according to documents filed with the Bar Association, created a hostile work environment through sexual comments and conduct. As we've reported, the Judicial Council report also found that Kindred had an inappropriately sexualized relationship with one of his law clerks during her clerkship and shortly after the clerkship ended while she was an assistant United States attorney practicing before him. Kindred, removed from the bench months ago, did not attend a meeting Thursday where the Board of Governors took just 15 minutes to reach its decision. Governor Dunleavy could find himself in a lawsuit over his proposal to create a Department of Agriculture. Dunleavy's saying if lawmakers don't take it up, it will become law. Some state legislative leaders say they believe his executive order is unconstitutional. The governor hoped legislators would take it up during this most recent special session. Bipartisan majority leaders have gone back and forth with the governor. Senate President Gary Stevens told us if the governor moves forward with an executive order, he sees the only way forward as a lawsuit.
Governor's administration, and we have narrow lines and narrow lanes that we have to work our way through. So anybody that goes over that could easily wind up in a lawsuit. Lawsuits can be a waste of time, but they also make it very clear who's right. And so
what I've been hearing from colleagues in a very bipartisan manner is that they are willing to get to work on this right away. And so while I would clarify that I think the executive order route has essentially stalled, the idea itself remains very much alive and has the potential to succeed if we take the legislative approach.
The governor has expressed disappointment in the legislature this year for a few different reasons. We reached out to the governor and leaders in the Republican minority, but have not yet heard back. Learn what constitutional grounds lawmakers say the governor is violating live right now on our website or mobile app. Sea wolves are roaring back to life, returning to campus after a nice summer break. As hundreds of students fill the dorms, university leaders say it's going to be one of the biggest classes yet. Alana Belturado visited the bustling campus on move-in day.
It's an exciting time to be on campus.
Love UAA. Yeah, go Sea Wolves.
A UAA spokesperson says 780 students are living in the dorms this year, with many more on a wait list.
We've actually got an increase in the number of students showing up this year compared to last year, so it's going to be really vibrant, and we're excited to have our halls full and our parking lots full.
One of the students moving in is Lacey Simmons from Canada. She's part of UAA's track team, and she rented a U-Haul to carry her many bikes, boxes, and other sporting equipment.
I have a lot of hobbies, that's why I need a whole U-Haul. I like to surf and bike and snowboard and do all the stuff, I love the dorms. Don't get me wrong, they're perfect. Like a whole storage room, a whole kitchen, huge bathroom, and a bedroom to myself. It's like perfect.
Parent Brian Boyd is helping his daughter, who is on the gymnastics team, move in for her second year. Coming from Minnesota, they are excited to be back in Anchorage again.
She had a great year here last year, and the climate's similar to Minnesota, so she enjoyed it and just loved being here and a part of the team and really enjoyed that.
Classes start Monday, and many students are looking forward to a year of success as a Sea Wolf. Alana Belturado, Alaska's news source.
Exploring the depths near the Aleutian Islands, a rare voyage took scientists miles beneath the water surface to map uncharted seabeds. And what the team discovered could help communities better prepare for earthquakes and tsunamis. Joe Allgood explains the deep sea science.
An amazing opportunity for me to see firsthand parts of the ocean and parts of the sea floor that humans have never seen before.
Aboard the aptly named Navy research vessel Atlantis, a group of scientists ventured to the Aleutian Islands this summer, as well as deep beneath them.
Our deepest dive was over 3,300 meters, which was about 2 miles deep.
That's Amanda Demopoulos, who oversaw the expedition, a project 5 years in the making.
You need a whole team. You need a village of scientists with different backgrounds to better understand the seafloor hazards, the ecology, the oceanography.
Bonzel was one of those scientists who crammed into the small submarine.
I was pretty comfy in there, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's squishy.
Okay.
Yeah, they have that nice padding. Yeah.
And despite being far beyond the sun's light,
There was biology everywhere.
Sponges and corals and everything. They were so concentrated that you couldn't even see the seafloor.
observing not just life, but also the Aleutians' explosive past.
Earthquakes and volcano activity, the more we can understand about that and its footprint on the seafloor, the better we can help communities prepare.
Communities who know the danger of a tsunami, part of why the team met with them to learn more.
These seeds get planted in these conversations that, certain scientists, if it's in their realm of expertise, they latch onto those seeds and it might grow into something else.
In a wider effort to understand Alaska and America's oceans.
These habitats are important for science, they're important for stewardship, and they're important for national strategy.
Joe Allgood, Alaska's news source.
Coming up this week in Alaska's history, Mount Spur erupted and a group of fishermen set up a blockade to get answers from the government following the Exxon Valdez oil spill. We'll take a walk down memory lane next.
Another storm taking aim on western Alaska. We've also got some warmer weather spreading across southern parts of the state. I'll have more on that. But first, the sunrise, 6:27 in Anchorage, 5:36 in Juneau. Your full forecast is next.
Welcome back on your Friday. It's been a minute since we checked on Brooks Falls at Katmai National Park. Not seeing much activity at this hour, Aaron.
Looks like there's plenty of insects flying around.
Yeah, they're always around.
Little bugs, but yeah, those bears probably still slumbering away this morning before heading out to catch some of that morning fish. As far as what we're dealing with across the state, we are expected to see the return to another stormy conditions for areas out west. As storm number 2 is set to impact western Alaska later today on into the weekend. This will bring gusty winds and heavy rain. Meanwhile, out towards southeast, we're going to begin to see temperatures warming. We're talking about the potential for a heat advisory out towards Hyder, while a good portion of southeast sees those temperatures warming into the upper 60s and possibly some low to mid 70s here over the next couple of days. Temperatures this morning across the state sitting in the 40s and the 50s, although areas of the slope out towards Utqiagvik as well as Wainwright seeing those temperatures hovering near freezing this morning. Notice that sunshine, though, that's already beginning to build into parts of southeast as a ridge is beginning to build into the southeast panhandle. We've also got a ridge out towards the Aleutians. As both of these ridges continue to build kind of north-northwest or north-northeast for this ridge out towards the Aleutians and then north-northwest for the ridge out towards southeast, that's going to effectively cut off that area of low pressure that's spinning through churning through the Gulf of Alaska. So it's going to really just kind of meander here over the next couple of days with little impacts to be expected. Meanwhile, as you head out towards the Aleutian Islands, western areas of the Aleutians, out towards as you head out towards the Kachemak Peninsula, we've got another area of low pressure that's going to drive to the northeast, impacting areas of western and northwest Alaska. This is where we can expect to see winds up to about 40 miles per hour, as well as very heavy rainfall that's going to move into northwestern parts of the state. So we're going to begin to see that arriving through the afternoon hours. We'll also see areas of southwest Alaska tapping into that rainfall. But for areas north of the Seward Peninsula through the western Brooks Range, this is where we're going to see some of the heaviest rainfall that will also build into the interior. And then early tomorrow morning through at least mid-afternoon, we could see some light rain showers pushing through parts of the Mat-Su Valley, but largely expecting most locations to stay dry. And you can see ongoing rain gripping the areas of the interior out towards southwest Alaska. So we're going to continue to favor wet conditions for a good portion of the state. Like we were talking about yesterday, areas of the western Brooks Range will be the winner here when it comes to the amount of rain that we're going to see. There's the possibility that we could see 2 to 4 inches of rainfall accumulation with some higher elevations of the Brooks Range seeing some wintry mix. You can see out towards Nome up to 1 inch of rainfall accumulation. Fairbanks up to 1/2 inch through Sunday morning. Meanwhile, southeast and south central, will largely stay on the dry side outside of that slight chance that we could see some showers through parts of the Matsu Valley, which is what we do need, as we do have some abnormally dry conditions. Notice to the north, this is the latest drought conditions that were released yesterday. You can see to the north, we've got abnormally dry soil, but we're also expected to see the likelihood of that coming to an end as we've got these wet weather conditions that's going to stay with us for areas to the north. Meanwhile, here across South Central, you can see that chance for some early morning showers to the north to be expected tomorrow, but temperatures to close out the month of August will stay fairly warm as we stay in the mid to upper 60s. We'll watch a chance for some showers Monday and Tuesday of next week.
As part of our celebration of America's 250th birthday, we're taking a look at our state's past. Tracy Sinclair joins us from our digital desk with a look back at what happened this week in Alaska's history.
Well, once again, in This Week in Alaska's History, just so many interesting events. We have 2 iconic mushers are rescued after their plane disappeared 2 days before. Of course, this is the week on October 18th that Mount Spur erupted in 1992. But one story that really interested me, because I hadn't heard of it before, was this blockade. And it was a blockade set up by Alaska fishermen to stop oil tankers from entering Valdez Harbor until the state or Exxon agreed to meet with them about the Exxon Valdez. Here's a little bit of how we told it back in 1993.
I know you've heard you're in violation of Captain of the Port order for a safety zone, including the Valdez Narrows. Sir, I'd ask you again to make sure that they clear the hole for the tanker to pass and make sure that all ships can pass safely there for your safety as well as everybody else's. Over.
Yeah, roger. I understand your position, Captain.
Not moving could mean a $25,000 fine.
Another Waco, Texas. We're not moving.
Finally, the Adigan Pass did.
Yes, it was really an interesting story. And in the end, they did get a meeting with Governor Hickel. So you'll want to check it out. It is We the People. You can find it under the We the People tab on our website as we continue to celebrate 250 years of the birth of America.
And you can find all of our We the People stories on our free streaming platforms and website under the We the People tab. A group in North Pole is working to bring back a community park that's been in disrepair for years. The Fairbanks North Star Borough Assembly voting unanimously in July to allow a local nonprofit to lease Newby Park to improve its baseball, softball, and soccer fields, expand parking, and develop the rest of the land for year-round activities. Car shows, rummage sales, winter sports, and a farmer's market are planned for the space once it's renovated. According to Jerry Million with the nonprofit, local schools could also use the space for sports instead of driving to Fairbanks for the games.
We're working on getting a lease for the property with the intention to buy it and develop the full 75 acres. And this will end up being a gem in the North Star Borough area, because not only will North Pole utilize it, but Moose Creek, Chena Ridge, Two Rivers, Fairbanks, the Fairbanks schools come out here and play.
According to the nonprofit, they're still waiting for the contract to be drawn up, and once that's complete, Million expects the project to take about 5 years.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcasts from Alaska's news source automatically, and stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.